Oh, say hi, Sissy.
Aw, hi.
Gum. You got gum?
Oh. Aw. She's so cute.
Say thank you.
There we are.
Say hi, Zach.
Hey.
There we are.
Hi, Bonnie.
There we are.
Yeah.
Look, they can see your cute face.
She is so cute. What's your name?
You say Brinley. Can you say it louder?
Aww.
And she's off.
Yeah. She's like, out.
We're not driving, I swear.
Okay.
Oh, that's going to be horrible.
Oh, no. Sissy, are you going to drive us? Yeah? Okay, let's go. Let's go to the toy store. We can go get some toys. Should we go buy some?
I'm just waiting for Tammy before we start.
Okay, I'll do an infomercial. This
All right.
with chocolate is the best.
What is it now? You got greens?
Ionics
Oh.
powder. It tastes like a banana shake, chocolate shake. It's very good.
Yeah, I'm trying to push through my eggnog right now. Stephanie's been making me drink it because I don't like that stuff, and she
You don't
wanted
like
to. No, not at all. It's disgusting.
Do 1 scoop of chocolate with 1 scoop of eggnog.
No.
It'll be you'll
Add
like
almond milk to it. Do you do vanilla almond milk with it?
I use coconut, but I just don't like the eggnog. I think
Oh, I love it. It's like my favorite one.
I see you guys.
it tastes like
Hi,
double.
Tammy.
Hi, Amy.
Hi,
Hello.
Jill.
Hi.
How are you guys?
We had a sleepover, Ames.
All right. That's fun.
No, she's a good partner.
What did you say?
She's a good bed partner. She doesn't move when she's asleep.
That's good. That's good. Those are rare to come by. Hard to find.
Find her a boyfriend, Ames. We looking guy for Jill Earth.
Yep.
Did you say you're looking for a good looking guy? Is that what you said?
I need to find me a husband someday. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, I might know a guy.
She won't wear these pink pajamas if she finds one.
No, I bet not. I bet not. Although my husband sees me in all kinds of things, but anyway, you guys know how that goes. You get them, and it goes to like the raggedy old undies, and mama has over once you got them. Anyway, so that's the true Zach, just in case you didn't know.
Oh.
What?
With Zach, they've been Victoria's Secrets all the way, Zach. All the way with you.
All right.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to get started, guys. I know that you guys, Tammy is our, she's the very top of our tree. Tammy is. So Tammy enrolled Hillary. And so Tammy is one spot above Hillary in the tree. And she is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's amazing.
A great tree in the tree.
We love her. And Tammy, I know some of you guys Bonnie, you might remember Tammy from Mary Kay. She was in Pat's area.
Okay.
Yeah. And we all have a lot in common. That Mary Kay doesn't feel the love for us any longer.
No, they're not feeling the love, but what great training. And Amy was
Yes. They trained us beautifully. They were like an army for them. But anyway, And then you guys know Jill.
Yes, I love Jill.
Isaac
My inspiration.
I think I met Jill at New Year's kickoff. I did. Stephanie was there. I was with Stevie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Jill is like a celebrity. So like I should have fixed myself up instead of put this ugly headband on with no makeup. If I would have known we were going to have a celebrity with us.
I did Jill's Spring into Action cleansing. Can't remember. And that's when I dropped like 55 pounds. So total of 75 pounds. Jill, thanks so much for doing that for us.
Yeah, Jill,
Awesome.
you are such an inspiration to so many people. Like I use your video and every time I watch it, I cry. So it's awesome. So thank you.
Amy, because she wore all those damn swimming suits. I said, Jill, could we not have put you in something? She said that too, when you see it. Jill said it too. Don't show that if you're lining her up. Yeah, don't.
Oh my gosh, you guys are cracking me up. All right. So we're going to get started on the business builder appointment. And I did send over the script to you guys. That's because I'm trying to be better about that. Praise God for Stephanie Harvey. That's like everything, or Stephanie Dircher. That's everything is in your head, and you got to get it on paper. So I appreciate her for pointing that out to me. So I did send you guys over a script to help make this just a little bit more duplicatable. Hey, Bonnie, did Amy was on like the other thing, like earlier? Like when I was on earlier, like I saw her, but I don't see her now.
She's on.
Oh, she is?
Amy Power's on. I'm looking at her right now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I just can't see her right now for some reason. I just wanted to make sure we didn't lose her when I was like.
She's Amy's 2's iPad.
Okay, good deal. All right. So what we're going to do, and I'm just going to get right into this because this is kind of, it's a little bit lengthy and I want to get through it in the 30 minutes or less. But I know that you guys are really focused on hitting those next rank advancements. And whether that's for some of you, it's next week that goal is set, and for some of you, it's 2 weeks away, or actually I guess it's really 3 weeks away that goal is set for your rank advancement. And so you want to really look for some business builders. And I know that we say this a million times over, but I'm specifically saying it to you. You've got to have both pieces of your business going at the same time, where you're rocking out your social media, you're rocking out your product results, you're attracting those product users, doing what you do with that. And then on the other side of it, you want to really be proactively looking for business builders. I will promise you that once a business builder, always a business builder. If you're entrepreneurial, it runs through your blood, through and through and through. You can't get it out. And so there are people all over this country right now that do not understand what we have to offer. And if they did understand what we had to offer, would do it. I think there are a lot of people not in Isagenix because they've had half facts. They've had little pieces of information about the business. They've made a judgment call and they've decided not to get on that call. And so what you've got to do is you've got to figure out a way to get in front of those people and get them the whole facts. And I think that first and foremost really starts with your mindset and understanding where it is that you're going in the business. Because all of you are powerful. So we talked about this yesterday. And if you've made a decision, I'm putting in 10 new business builders. If you have clearly made that decision that you're going to do it, then what you're doing is you're offering the next 10 people that you talk to, you're offering them some crazy leverage that other people in this business don't have for a zillion reasons, because we're all very much on the ground floor of what we're building. It's not like we're bringing a business builder into like a leg that's almost maxed out. They're going to come in and everything's gone. That's not the case. You're offering them ground floor leverage positions on what you have to offer. And so you're the magic. What we tend to think sometimes is, I'm looking for a builder. One good builder will change it. If I can just find that good builder. And I think you've got to almost like reel that thought in, and you've got to think, wait a minute, I am the builder. I am the magic. I'm the one bringing the opportunity to this person. And if they come on my team, I'm offering them something that they can't deny that they're not going to get anywhere else. Because I promise you, when I was trying to make a decision about this company or another company 4 years ago, I can remember Googling, what is the best network marketing company in the US? And I read this article that said there really is not a best company. And I believe that. Like, I'm just going to be real with you. I love Isagenix because I love the products and I love the opportunity. But do I think that you can flourish in any good compensation plan? Yeah, I'm a network marketer. I do think that. I think that if a compensation plan was amazing enough, we could all sell poop out of brown bags. I do think that that's the case. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. But this article said that get yourself in with a good leader, with a good trainer. Look at who you're coming in with. And that's where you want to come in. And so what you've got to think is what you're offering to them is you're offering them you. You are offering them your leverage spot, your dynamics. You know you're bringing it. And so if in your mind you've been thinking, I just got to find that one more good person. I just got to find that one more good person. What you've got to change your mindset to is, I am that good person. And I'm going to offer my passion, my drive, what I have to people, to other people that match my energy level. And I think when you do that, even your posturing when you're talking to that person changes. So that's one thing you've really got to have in your mind. You are looking for 10 amazing business builders. All of you need that. There's nobody that does not need that. And you're not looking for one business builder. One business builder is not fair to that business builder. Not fair. It screws them over. You're looking for 10 amazing business builders because you're a leader. And so what you want to do, you want to bring them in all as fast as you can, all at the same time. Because the faster they come in at the same time, the faster the momentum goes, and they're all sharing on each other's success straight down. So you don't want to let grass grow under your feet. So you want to make a list of who are those 10 people you would love to have come in. Now, depending upon where you're at. So, and it's all over the map on this call. So I'm not even going to call it out. You guys probably know. But wherever you're at, you either need 10 people stacked down your weak leg. If that's you, you know it. If you need 10 people stacked down your weak leg, when I'm saying this, you're thinking that's me. Or you need 5 people on your strong leg and 5 people on your weak leg. If that's you, you know it, because there's really not enough power on your stronger leg to do anything yet. So you know what you need, right? Like, everybody knows kind of what they need.
Yes.
Okay. So if you need 5 business builders on each side, that's great. If you need 10 all on one side, that's great. Whatever you need is what you need. But ultimately, you're looking at bringing in 10 people all at the same time from the premise that you are not stopping. This is not about you finding one awesome person. This is about you bringing your magic, you bringing 10. So you're bringing your best to those people you're bringing in, because you're bringing in other people, you're training, you're bringing it. Does that make sense to you guys? And so you've got to really put that into your mindset, what you're doing here. So it's way less about what they're going to bring to you and way more about what you're bringing to them. I can promise you that the next 10 people that come into my tree will not regret it. They're not going to regret it, because I'm not about to stop, because I'm maxing out my center. And if they can't get that picture and they can't come on board, then that's their deal. This is their loss. 2 years from now, they're going to look at this and they're going to think, I wish I had. And if that is not your mindset, you've got to get that mindset. I think too many leaders in this company are looking for that one more person, but that's not duplicatable. It's not. You are looking for a team of people with high energy to bring in and train. And I'm not going to keep beating that drum, but that is what you're looking for. Okay. And so you're going to make that list of who those 10 people are. Determine it in your mind. If you think of somebody, it's usually that first person that comes to your mind is the person you're supposed to call. And I'm not kidding. I'm getting ready to go over to Jenny Tipton's house. She was in my mind in August, but she's best friends with my #1 director from Mary Kay. And I was like, I'm not calling her because she's best friends with my #1 director from Mary Kay. But her name kept coming to my mind, And I kept ignoring it, and I kept ignoring it. Do I think that she could, be an asset to my business? Yes. Do I think she'll turn it all around? No, because I'm the one turning it all around. But do I think she could be an asset? Yes. But I kept ignoring it. So finally, I was like, fine. I add her on Facebook. She messages me before I even message her and says, tell me about what you're doing. Signs up, wants to make $100,000 a year. I just wasted 6 months by saying, I'm not going to call her. Does that make sense? And I screwed her over in a sense because her name was on my mind before Zach and Steph called me. She could have been above Zach and Steph. That's where she would have been because it's where I was placing my 10 builders. But I waited. Now she's below them. And Zach's like, yes, she's below me. Woohoo. That's awesome. But I mean, I kind of screwed her over in a sense because God gave me her name a long time ago and I didn't move on it. And so if somebody's name comes into your mind, it goes down and you contact them. It's not should I, shouldn't I? You do. Okay. Now, with those business builders, my approach is much, much, much different. I 100% never text a business message ever. I never have, never will. It's not going to happen. My message to them is, can I call you? That's it. Can I call you? I have a question. I don't even tell them what I want to ask them. That is my exact text to them. So those 10 people are on the list. The best thing that you can do, you guys, is sit down and text them all at one time because it forces yourself. Otherwise, what happens, you get a lump in your throat. You think about what you're going to say. You think, oh, maybe I shouldn't text them now. Maybe I should do it tomorrow. I don't have enough time to do it right now. Like all that happens. But if you just make that list and you text them all at the same time, once that text sent, you're screwed. It's like you're on a roller coaster and you're up at the top and there's no stopping. You know what I mean? When you're thinking about it, it's like you're in the line going, should I or shouldn't I get on the roller coaster? Should I or shouldn't I? But once you're on it and you're buckled in, I mean, there's no stopping. So once you send that message that says, can I call you? There's no stopping unless you want to look crazy, and none of you want to look crazy. So you're like, can I call you? And so they're going to come back. They're going to say, yes, you can call them. Now, this is the script. It's really hard for me to do scripts because I don't believe in scripts. I believe in being authentic. But this is basically what you would say to them. And it's the text that I sent you this morning. I was telling Amy about this guy on my team, Jeff, who turned me down forever to listen. But when I called him in my new posturing, he's like, yeah, I'll listen. So Jeff, about 4 years ago, I started working with a holistic nutrition company based out of Phoenix. I've established an amazing passive income. I'm now creating the second wave of growth, and I have several leverage positions on my team. Would you be willing to sit down and take a look at this with me? Would you just look at what I have to offer? And then at that point, what's going to happen is they're going to object to you. Like I objected to Hillary bigger than you can even imagine. I had crazy attitude with her. And most of my business builders objected. I don't even know that I have one business builder that was like, ooh, I'm so excited. Sign me up. They all objected. Oh, I don't want to do network marketing. Is that one of those things? Amy, I don't have time for stuff. Blah, 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 blah. And so you just you're ready. Just let us hit you. It's okay. Let all that stuff hit you in the chest. You're all right with it. And you're going to say to them, Jeff did object to me. Like when I said, would you listen? He didn't say, sure, I will. He said, I've just never had success in network marketing. I've just blah, blah, blah. And I said, Jeff, this is the deal. The first time I talked to you, if you would have came in when I asked for you to talk to me, you would be in a position above a guy named Bob Savernian. Bob enrolled a lady named Bonnie Schinner, who's making $40,000 a year residually and has been for the last 4 years. If you would have came in at that point, you would have that position. So I'm telling you, I am building my second wave of growth. I just want to show it to you. Will you just look? He's like, yes. Or let's say I'm talking to Ron, my other insurance agent. I'm going to say to him, Ron, I want to show this to you. He's going to say, I'm not interested. I don't have time, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to say, Ron, listen, I have people that are having residual incomes of $10,000 a month, even like just $1,000 a month, doing very little other than just talking about the results on social media because of these leverage spots I have on my team. I just want to show it to you. If you look at it, you don't want to listen, you're not interested, I will never bother you again about it. Does that make sense, you guys? You are working to get that appointment. If you can get them in front of you and they are business-minded, they will probably sign up. The biggest problem or the biggest obstacle is getting them in front of you. But I believe you can all talk them into it. I mean, let me ask you this. If I said to you, it is worth a residual of $100,000 a year every single year for you to get in front of those 10 people, not for you to recruit them, but for you to get in front of them, could you get in front of them?
Yes.
Okay, it is worth that. And so you've got to hustle like it's worth it. But sometimes I don't think that we realize the value of getting in front of them. Does that make sense to you guys? And no, and that's the part where if I could do it for you, I promise you I would. I promise, and I know you guys know that. I would literally, legitimately do it for you if I could, but I can't because it's not that person, I don't have a relationship with them. Like Tammy could not get Jeff to sit down. She doesn't have a relationship with him. I can get Jeff to sit down. I have a relationship with him. Does that make sense, you guys?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what you're looking at doing. But it comes from your belief that you really are going to do this until you get your 10 people, till you get your 10 new business builders in, you're going to do it. So that's what you're going to say to them to get that appointment. That appointment, you guys, has to be a Zoom or it has to be a sit-down face-to-face. This call is not for over the phone. It is not. This is like the CEO of your business. These are like your board of directors. This is not a let me get you on the phone and rush through this. Most of these appointments, I feel like, take 45 minutes to an hour to get through. Does that make sense, you guys? They're all face-to-face or over Zoom. Now, this is what I do on the appointments. I know that a lot of you guys have watched it, but what I want to do is I want to draw it out. I want you to take notes of it so that you can go do it. And then when I'm doing it for you, that you're really watching what I'm doing, because ultimately what you want to have happen at this position of where you're at is you don't want me on the phone. You don't want me having to sit beside you because you want that person to see you as this is my person. She's building this business or he's building this business. Ultimately, you want to be doing this independent of me. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And so you've got to really think about, how am I presenting this? What is this looking like? You got to think about that posturing. One thing I did, and I sent this tree over to you, I've always just like guessed on the numbers. And I think sometimes in the past it's made me kind of fumble along. And so I actually wrote out actual numbers. So you guys, I'm just going to use the same tree every time I present from now on. I'm just going to memorize it and always use these same exact numbers. Because otherwise I was like adding up and trying to do it in my head, and woo, that's not good for someone like me. Okay. And so first of all, at the appointment, when I sit down with them, the first thing that I do is I go over the 5 core products. And I will say to them, Bonnie, I know that we're here for a business appointment. But what I want to do is I want to really talk with you about our 5 core products, because our company is centered around products. In fact, when I made the decision to sign up with Isagenix, it was because we have about 3 products that only Isagenix has, that are patented through us. And so we do have a niche market, and that's one of the reasons why I came into Isagenix. 85% of the people that are in our company only use the product, which is important from a marketing standpoint. And so I want to go over these 5 core products. I'm not going to take a lot of time on them, but I want you to understand what drives this company. And so then I'm going to go over the 5 core products just like we would on a 3-way call. I'm going to spend 2 minutes on the shakes, 2 minutes on the ionics, 2 minutes on the cleanse, 1 minute on the vitamins, 2 minutes on the product B. That's what I'm going to do. Fast, 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 fast. Okay? Then I'm going to ask them if they have any questions about the product. And then we move straight into the business. Now, I do not, with a business builder, I don't do that little comp plan that we learned the other night. That little comp plan is what I might do at a launch party, or what I might do with someone that's coming to me based upon product usage. When I'm sitting down with a business builder, I'm going to jump into the nitty gritty. And Tammy, this is something you might be able to help us with too, because I know some of these numbers, you'll have the exact number and I don't. But this is what I do. So what I want to show you is why I'm so excited about this business. We're going to start with the foundation. I can tell you that the foundation, I'm going to show it to you so you understand it, but it is not what excited me. It's not what made me think, oh, I'm going to do Isagenix, but I'm going to show it to you. We have front-end bonuses. The purpose of a front-end bonus, as far as I'm concerned in network marketing, is to be able to get someone to bridge who's already making $100,000 or more in another business, in another company, to be able to come over into Isagenix and make a 6-figure income and then move into residual. So this is what that foundation looks like. It's the same foundation that every network marketing company has. It's building a foundation of 30 so that you can really pivot your business off of that. So you come in, and this is you. I know you guys know this part of it.
Is your screen, you're showing like a horizontal, then it's showing horizontal instead of up and down vertical. So I can't see the board.
I wonder why I'm on my computer.
It looks normal to me.
Does it?
Yeah, Bonnie, I think it's yours.
I have mine horizontal. Okay, maybe if I do this. Okay, let me
Does
see.
that help? Did that fix it, Bonnie?
Okay, yeah. I'll
Okay.
just do it this way. Okay.
Okay. So here's you. You come in and you're buying your product. Now you add 2 people. So let's say that because you're coming in from a business side, let's say that you add your spouse here, and let's say that you add your best friend here. Now, when they tell 2 people, and this person tells 2 people, this is called you plus 2, them plus 2. You're going to make $250 in front-end bonuses. I really don't go a ton into PIBs just because I'm trying to get to residual, because I'm looking at talking to a 6-figure earner. I'm not looking at talking to someone trying to get their products paid for. So I'm trying to get quickly through this so I can get to the meat of what I want them to do with me. So you tell somebody else and they tell 2 people, and you tell somebody else and they tell 2 people. Every time somebody tells 2 people, you're making $100, okay? So when this guy tells 2 people, you make 100. When this guy tells 2 people, 100. Same here, same here. You're going to do this again. And this is you plus 2, then plus 2 times 3. At that point, you get an additional $750 bonus just for continuing on doing this. You're just going to do it 2 more times here. Because we're just I'm showing you how you're going to build your foundation so that you could build to 6 figures with me if you chose to do that. Now, this is you plus 2, them plus 2. At this level, then, you earn another $1,000. Now, If you add all of this up, that's $3,050 in front-end bonuses. Now, there's some other bonuses you can get. Like, there's like different bonuses if somebody orders a pack that you can get. But this is front-end bonus. Most people end up, by the time they have this done, probably end up making more like $4,000 just from the bonuses and other money coming in. Now, when I saw this, I thought, oh, that's good, but I had earned this much in my first month in another company because I'm a seller. I know how to sell. But the next part that I'm going to show you is what really, really intrigued me to give this a try, and the reason why I want to talk to you about partnering with me on my second wave of growth. So I'm going to show this to you. I'm actually going to show it to you 2 different ways. The first time I show it to you, you might feel foggy. The second time I show it to you, you're probably going to get it, and you're probably going to understand why I'm sitting down with you today. And because you've picked the right people, their brains, because you picked high energy business minded people, their brains are already like thinking, I promise you at this point. Now, I'm actually going to use notes because I want to make sure I do these numbers just like I showed you guys. In the past, I've always just like done the numbers as I went. But I'm going to change that a little bit so that I do it the same every time so it's more duplicatable so you guys will love me better. Okay, so here's what it really looks like. You come in and you're going to be purchasing your own product from Isagenix. You're going to add 2 people. So these 2 people are going to start using products. And when that happens, that actually opens your gates. And this is what you want to remember. These open gates, this is what made me choose to change companies. These open gates. I've really never seen anything like this before. And I've looked at a zillion comp plans. Like the details of this really is the best I've ever seen. And this is my background. It's where I come from. So the gates open. Then, and what happens is every single person actually has 2 legs, not just the people you tell, but the people they tell, and they tell, and they tell. So it begins to look like this. It begins to branch out all these different directions. And it's like you can't really even stop it. And it gets to the point where these people that are coming down here, there's no way you even know them. And one thing that's really interesting for you in the leverage spot that we're talking about on my tree, and I couldn't say this if I were on a stage or I was talking to just anybody, because it's not the case with everybody. But in your spot, I'm here. And we share this team, which means every time I enroll someone on this team, they're going to be coming in here below you. And because I'm in my second wave of growth, I'm going to be adding a lot of people. Now, if I weren't, I couldn't say that to you. There have been times in my business I've not been adding people. But right now, over the next 6 months, in my next wave, I can promise you, I am going to be generating a lot of volume down here. Now, if you look at this, your gates are open. If it's attached to you on the right side, if it came from your right side, this is what's called your right team now. If it's attached to you on your left side, it's called your left team. Okay? All these people are now on your team, whether you enrolled them, somebody you enrolled them, somebody above you enrolled them, it doesn't matter. If they're on here, they're on your team, and you have earning power on them. This is what made the difference for me. So from this, in my first 5 months in Isagenix, and I'm not saying it's typical, I'm not saying, oh, you're going to make this, but I will tell you from this, for me, I made $91,000 in my first 5 months. Now, one thing that happened after and I'm going to show you why, but after that $91,000, I went through a personal situation. I didn't work for 2 years. And I thought, I'm going to lose everything. But what happened was the first year I didn't work, I made $130,000, $150,000. The next year I didn't work, I made $130,000. That's the power of the residual income, kind of like Britney Spears money. So I'm going to show you how that works and what that means. So watch this. Okay, ready? So what happens is all these people are ordering products. So if someone orders product, let's say they order what we would call a 30-day package. It's our most popular package. If they ordered that, it's $272, but it's about 200 business volume. That's because we're an international company. We cannot have exact monetary value in the tree because we're all working from different currencies. So here, let's say this person ordered a 30-day system. It's going to be worth roughly 200 volume, more like 184, but I cannot do the math on 184, so I'm going to call it 200. So 200 volume on this person. Let's say this person orders 300 volume, and I sent you the picture of this tree. This person orders 300 volume. This person orders 100 volume. Let's say these people don't order, and we come down here, and this guy owns a gym, and he ends up ordering 1,000 volume. Let's say this guy orders 600 volume. Let's say this guy opens a business account. He orders 600 volume. This guy orders 100, 600, 200, 1,000. Now, over here, let's say this guy orders 600. This guy orders 200. This guy orders 100, 100, 100. Let's say this guy orders 1,000 points. And then this guy way down here orders 1,000 points. Let's say this guy orders 200 points. And this guy up here orders 200 points. Now, your team is literally like a football team. If this guy orders 1,000 points, it's not like, oh, he has 1,000 points. Go bottom guy with 1,000 points. What it really means is everybody that's attached to him all the way up gets 1,000 points. That means you get 1,000 points. So all of these points added up from your team on the right, most of these people you may not even know at this point, all adds up to 3,500. And then over here on the left, all of these points add up to 6,200 points. Okay? Now, what happens is this. Every time you have 600 points on one side and 300 points on the other side for a total of 900 points, you earn $54, which is called a cycle. Now, if you look at this, we're going to take 600 into the 6,200 because this has more points from it, and that is going to go in 10 times, and it leaves us with 200 points. Over here, we're going to take 300 into the 3,500. That's going to go in 10 times, and that's going to leave us with 500 points. So you have to have a total of 900 to cycle again. You have 700 left over. So as soon as somebody orders 200 over here, you can make another cycle. But right now you have 10. So you're going to take $54 times 10, and that's $540. Now, this is why I'm talking to you today, because this is residual income. So I want you to think about this. In 2011, I told people about Isagenix. I told Joe Kirby about Isagenix, and he started using Shake on July 5th of 2011. He has used Shake every month since then. Every time his blender goes off, he uses up the Shake, he reorders it, his points go into my tree, and I earn money on that. Not only on Joe, but on everybody he's told, and they've told, and they've told forever. And then as these people are telling new people, I'm earning income on those people that they're telling. So it's literally a passive income that doesn't go away. And so for you, that means a lot. And I'm going to show this to you one more way, and I think you're going to realize why, because I'm at the position that I'm developing this next wave. You're going to see why coming into my tree at this point could really benefit you. Tammy, this is where, like, I don't really know these exact numbers, so if you can find them for me, because you'll have them in your computer, it will really help me. Okay. So that it's legit and compliant. So my friend Hillary came into this company about 6 or 7 years before me. When she came into the company, the first thing she did was enroll her mom, Rita, and enroll her husband, Justin. Now, when that happened, it opened her gates. Now, like I was showing you before, as you build your team in this compensation plan, what happens is you put one on your left and one on your right. So Rita put one on her left and one on her right. This was her husband, Steve. This was a teacher she worked with. Then Hillary began to build her tree. She would put one on the left and one on the right, and one on the left and one on the right, and one on the left and one on the right. So here's Rita, and here are these people that Hillary just placed in. These people do not know Rita, but Rita earns on their volume because Hillary placed them in, and Hillary is a hustler. She is going to make money whether Rita makes money or doesn't make money. Just like me, I'm going to max out my center and I'm going to make $750,000 by the end of the next 18 months, whether the people on my team work or don't work, so they're benefiting just like Rita benefited. Now let's look at something here. What happened then over time is Hillary kept adding people. She ended up bringing in a really good friend of mine named Robin. Robin is a network marketer. Amazing. Robin started adding all these other people that were retired network marketers that knew how to build a business. And so this exploded beyond all belief. Rita doesn't know Robin. There's no way she knows any of these people. But this is exploding. Somewhere over 10,000 people came in down under this. This is a number I would love to really know what it is to me. The exact number. Down under all of this, and all of that fed up to Rita. So you can imagine the volume coming up to Rita. Now, over here, although Rita now has all of those people under her, Rita still can't earn. She's not going to earn. I mean, she can earn, but she's not going to earn very much, because even though you have a bunch of volume on one side, doesn't mean that you have anything really coming in, because you have to build both teams. But what happened is this teacher brought in somebody who brought in somebody who brought in Holly DeMott. Holly DeMott loses 100 pounds. She ends up bringing in her trainer, Lori Harder. Lori Harder brings in another fitness model, Emily. They bring in the owner of a huge fitness facility, Kathy Savage. They started building like craziness, and this became the fastest growing team in all of Isagenix. And I know that I heard Kathy Savage say that under her was somewhere around 100,000 people. Now, I want you to think about this. Rita does not know Kathy Savage or Holly. Rita does not know Robin. Hillary put in Robin. Rita put in this teacher. That somebody down here put in Holly. But what happened is this exploded like crazy. And every time there's 300 on one side and 600 on the other side, you earn a cycle $54, $54, $54, $54. Last year, Rita earned $750,000, and she doesn't even know any of these people that are coming in under her. Now, is that typical? No. Does that happen every day? No. Rita was lucky. Hillary was a hustler. So Hillary saw strength here, goes in and starts working. Hillary sees strength here and goes in and start working. Now, in my other business, this is what happened. In my other business, when Robin got strong, the company broke her away and my legs were then short. When Hillary or Holly would have gotten strong, the company would have broke her away and I would have been left with short legs having to build again. But Isagenix pays limitless levels deep. So this is what this means for you if you decided to do this. Now, the chances that it's going to happen exactly like that are super, super slim. Kind of like winning the lottery. But the reality is this. And I draw, like for instance, I might draw out my tree. Here's me, my husband and I, Shane and Amy. And so we started bringing in people, and down here we brought in Katie, and Katie brought in Mallory. And then we decided in our last wave of growth that we were going to put 10 business builders down here. And they started building like crazy. They ended up bringing in Zach and Steph. I ended up bringing in Zach and Steph. There ended up becoming around 250 people that came in down under there. So as you can imagine, this was growing like crazy. And you look at here at Katie, who was in this position, then Mallory, and you look at all these people really in the last 6 months that have come in that are really driving Mallory's volume. So now all Mallory really needs to do is focus now on this left team, which makes it very leveraged for her to make money. And so let's say that you were to come in right here. I'm doing my next wave of growth. I'm bringing in 10 business builders. Let's say you were to come in right here. What's going on is some of these people that Zach and Steph have added, they're adding people. I'm going to be adding at least 9 more people. These people are going to all be adding people because I'm only looking for business builders, and I'm going to duplicate what just happened right here in the last 6 months is actually going to be duplicated down through here. And so it will leverage you if you decided to do it, where you're going to be able to really come in. You're going to bring in your 5 builders here, but then you're going to be able to come over here and build. And it's actually going to make it much easier because of these leverage spots that I have. Now, that's what I'm showing them. And it's not anything far-fetched. It would be far-fetched if I knew that I wasn't going to work. But I know I'm adding those people. I know I'm not stopping. And so I know what I'm giving them is I'm giving them my energy. So I'm not saying to them, I want you, I need you. Yeah, I want them. And then if you think about what happens then is I continue to put in builders. They're putting in their builders. Those builders are building builders. And I'm helping all that. And then they're able to go in and do 300, 300, 300, cycle, because we're on purpose putting those builders together. But there has to be a vision. It doesn't just happen. You don't wake up and have 10 builders together. Somebody somewhere has to make the decision to do it and to carry it on. Does that kind of make sense, you guys? Mm-hmm. So then when I close it, I'm like, basically, this is what it looks like, Amy. In order to come into Isagenix, you pay $29, and that gives you your spot. You have your spot. At the same time, you're going to order whatever products. You're going to order the products that you feel like will benefit you the most. And so I'm going to pull out the catalog. I show them the President's Pack. I show them the 30-day system. I have more luck with a business builder like this ordering a President's Pack than I do anybody else. Because I say for me, I purchased the President's Pack because I wanted to be able to try everything. So when people ask me about it, I could say this is what it did for me. Now, however, at the same time, I want you to get, because in my other business, and I know a lot of you guys know this, we would get people in really uncomfortable packages, and I don't even want to ever taste that taste in my mouth again. And so I will say to them, if this does not fit your budget, then we can work with you to get you something that would fit your budget. And so the very minimum you could possibly spend to get in and get into the business is probably going to be about $210. But that gets you in and gets you rolling in the business. However, that's not ideal. Ideal would, of course, be for you to get the package with everything that's in it. And I'm just trying to, and I tell them, I just want to be an open book to you. So these are the facts, because at this point, I'm looking for builders. So what are your thoughts? Does that make sense, you guys?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I mean, literally, it's the same thing every single time. And we did 3 with Katie this week, and they all 3 signed up. And the other thing I do say, I want to touch on this too. So if they go, yeah, it's interesting, I'll say to them, okay, so let's say you decided to get started today. What it would look like is this. You'd order your products and you'd start taking them. The next thing that we would do is I would ask you who are 5 or 6 people that you think might want to build with you. And then we'll start making curiosity posts on Facebook. So we had Sydney signed up. She called Katie and she said, okay, I'm well over 100 business volume and I've made my list of business builders. I'm ready to make my curiosity post. What's next? Does that make sense?
Yes.
it just is, there's no, oh, well, when my thyroid's better, then I'm going to tell 2 people. Like, there's none of that, if that makes sense. Does that sound, you guys think I'm horrible when I just said that, huh?
No.
So true.
So, I mean, you guys, this works. It works. It works. It works. Like, I promise you, it works. And there is nothing more authentic and true than this if you know you're going to work. Now, if you don't know you're going to do that, if you're not ready to do that, you can't sell it. If you're not ready to hustle like that, you can't be telling people, I'm going to put 5 people under you if you're like, I don't know if I'm ready to get out of bed and pull the covers off my head. Questions, you guys?
Amy, when you're talking about finding your builders and everybody knows people, did you just literally sit down and just start making a list? How did you do it?
Okay, it wasn't that hard. I just was like, who do I want on my team? And it was there. Like, I know, and you do too. Like, you guys do. Tammy, you know. It's people that you've not called because you've been scared, or people that you thought they probably don't really want to do it. Maybe you talked to them 4 years ago or 3 years ago, and maybe you talked to them with not the posturing you should have talked with them, because you might have been in a different place. So a lot of the people that I brought in recently are people that I talked to when I wasn't in the best place I could have been. And so now I'm taking what I have built. I mean, because we've all built foundations. We might not be exactly happy with what we've built. We might be like thinking, we might be playing the comparison game, which is so dangerous in this business, feeling like we're not exactly where we want to be. But there's not one person on here that hasn't built a foundation. Nobody. And so what you want to do is you want to think, okay, I'm building on top of this foundation that I've built. And you're going to go back and you're going to sell what I've built my foundation. I'm looking for my next wave of growth. I know I talked to you 5 years ago, but I really want to show this to you. Does that kind of make sense, you guys?
And do you think Amy, the keywords are leverage, passive, and residual? Because I love listening to you say that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I do think leverage is all the difference, because we are super leveraged. When you, as a leader, have made a decision and you already have a foundation built, you are bringing them into a leverage spot. Most people have to build like this. And I know you guys know that. Most people have to go one on the left and one on the right and one on the left and one on the right and one on the left and one on, that's how most people have to build. But that's not how your team is going to have to build. They're leveraged because you're bringing it.
But do you take them to executive first? I mean, to get the bonuses? Like, do you do 5 and 5 so that they get their bonuses and then?
Yeah, so I have them put 5 builders over here. So let's say this is the shared leg. So they'll put a builder here and a builder here. And because their money initially comes from front-end bonuses, while they're working on their front-end bonuses, I have them go ahead and put 5 builders here. And I tell them, you need to put 5 builders here, because otherwise it's not fair to this person. And otherwise the power leg's going to stop and you're going to screw your friends over. So you want to put 5 builders here. I'm putting 5 builders. Everybody's putting 5 builders, because we're not going to stop this. We want this to always be something we can all count on. So I have them put their 5 builders here on the shared side first. And then as soon as they're done with that, we go over here and we crank this out.
Perfect. Okay. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Please say this is recorded.
It is. It is recorded. But I wish Tammy to give me those numbers so that I'm compliant, because I always guess at what they are. I try to remember what Kathy said about those numbers, and Robin, and I can never remember.
Hey, close with what Kathy told you.
About getting 450 people and Angela Maresca.
Yeah, just what's going on, like, yeah.
Like with whenever I called her and she told me to personally enroll all those people.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So whenever I was in a funk, and I know my team, these guys know about this because they've been through my funk with me. It's a miracle they're still here. But when I was in my funk, I never had any less talent than I ever had. I didn't ever have any less skill. I just wasn't using it. I just was in a funk. And what I did was I kept trying to go back to my team. And like, if you think about it, let's say even, let's look at Bonnie for a second. So I might go back to Bonnie because Bonnie's a 2-star, you know, she's making $40,000 a year really all the time. And she does need to make more money, wants to make more money. But let's say I just go back to her, which is what I was doing. And I would say, let's go, Bonnie. Let's go, Bonnie. We can do it. And I would be like, come on, Bonnie. Let's go, Bonnie. And then I'd be like, okay, maybe I should say it a different way. Come on, Bonnie. Like, it just, nothing I said would make Bonnie go. And I'd be like, how can I make Bonnie go? You know, I've lost my leadership. I used to be able to make Bonnie go. I can't make Bonnie go anymore, you know? And so I started feeling like, what is wrong with me? And so, and it wasn't just Bonnie, it was everybody, like my whole team. Like I would call Amy, let's go. Let's do it. And I called Kathy or Kathy called me actually and was like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, I can't lead anymore. I can't get anybody to do anything. I've lost it. Like, I don't have what I used to have. I mean, I took a legal pad and threw it across my living room floor. I mean, I just whirled it. I told Shane, I'm done. I can't do network marketing anymore. I'm too old or something. I've lost my touch. I don't know. And he was like, well, what exactly are you going to do then? And I'm like, I don't know. And so, so that was last December, it was a year ago. And even after I talked to Kathy, it really took me until June to really do what she said because I just was, just didn't want to do it. I was lazy. And so, so she said, you need to stop worrying about, you know, moving your people up. You need to quit going and trying to take your people and move them up. And you need to go out and you need to personally enroll. She was like, go look at Angela Maresca's Facebook page. She enrolled 450 people last year. And so, which was unfathomable to me because I'm a leadership trainer. I mean, that's my background. I mean, I went to school for education. I'm not a personal recruiter. And she was like, look at it. And so I went and looked at it and I was like, holy cow. So fine, I started doing it slowly. You know, I would get like 10 people a month and then not do anything and then get 10 people a month. And then in June, I listened to a call. Howard told me about Herb Cepeda's calls, and I hijacked one of his calls. And I listened to how, you know, like you and like somebody else, you know, anyway, because you're not supposed to be on their calls. And so I listened to the call, and I was like, literally, it was a turning point. I was like, oh, they put all their leaders together. Duh. And at that moment, the team, like where and so I picked 2 spots in my tree that I was going to start placing people. One down under where Bonnie's at, because Bonnie had always grinded out. And so Bonnie and Amy were together. And then down under Mallory Jansen. And so I just made that decision. So I just started going in and enrolling people. Like I would just enroll them, develop them. And my right side's taken off a little faster because Zach and Steph came in and they caught the vision right away. They took the training, took the coaching. And so that started really blowing up. But then what I didn't do, what I had done before in the past is when Zach and Steph would have blown up, then I would have basically left and thought, okay, 1 star, they're good. Keep rocking and rolling. Call me when you're done. I didn't do that. I went back and now I'm putting 10 more people under them because I'm not right on their back. And then we did this, and then with Bonnie and Amy, I'm doing the same thing now where we've put in, we probably have put in about 10, and we finally have a girl that gets it, Gina, in Springfield, Illinois. She was a Mary Kay Cadillac director. And So I'm going to develop her and then, you know, continue on there. Does that kind of make sense? And I held fast to that. In the past, I would feel guilty. Like I'd feel sorry for somebody that was over on an inside leg. And so I'd throw a couple people under them. And then and Zach was asking me, well, what does our upline look like? And I'm like, oh my gosh, don't even ask. It's such a freaking mess because I was putting people everywhere to try to keep people happy. Because somebody would be like, oh, I wish I weren't on the shared leg, blah, blah, blah. So I go put people under them and it didn't help anything. So then I just started holding fast. I'm like, you know what? I'm putting my same people in these places no matter what. If that makes sense.
Yes.
So yeah. So any other questions, you guys?
You were the best. You made Jill and I's day. We're all excited, Amy. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm excited. And whatever you guys need, holler. And literally, do not let the grass grow under your feet. Don't wait and think I got to memorize something. Make that list of builders and get on it because we all know most of us have network marketing experience and we know that this is like the spring frenzy. We know February, March, April, May, and June are the best months we've got. And so do not let the grass grow under your feet. And you know that's not like a pep me up talk. You know that's the truth. So this is not time to think about it unless you want to be thinking about it for a year. You need to build while it's hot, and right now is while it's hot.
Got it.
All right, guys, that's what I know. I hope it helps. And if you guys think of anything, you know, just let me know.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amy.
Bye, guys.
Bye.